everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have not filmed in a while, but I do have some more of these gluten-free test strips left over, so I thought it'd be fun to film a video with these. I've done a few different videos now testing gluten-free items from different restaurants. I'll leave them down below in case you're curious, but today we are going to do Chipotle, which I'm really excited about because I haven't had Chipotle in a long time. And I'm actually really hoping that it is gluten-free, at least the items that I got, because I've eaten it before, so we'll see. Also, we have a new addition to the family. This is Benny. We adopted him about 2 months ago. He's a Chihuahua Jack Russell Terrier mix, and he's so sweet. Hey. Anyways, hopefully I can film with him here. Before I begin, I just wanted to give a little disclaimer. The items that I purchased, basically I went onto the restaurant's website and looked at their allergy guide to see if any of these items contain gluten, and according to their website, what I purchased does not contain gluten. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't a risk of cross-contamination. Chipotle is not a dedicated gluten-free facility, so cross-contamination can always happen. And just because what I test, if it shows gluten-free, doesn't mean that it will always be gluten-free, because each and every time somebody makes something can get cross-contaminated. So this is more for fun than anything, but I find it fascinating. And this time around, I actually ordered something on purpose with gluten in it because I wanted to see what the test strip looked like, because the other restaurants I've tried, everything was actually in fact gluten-free, and I want kind of like a control. So we do have a gluten item this time around. Okay, sir, I'm gonna need you to get down because I'm gonna open the food. He's so sweet. Okay, down you go. Okay, so I got a few different items. I got the chips with the queso blanco, and then I got a single flour tortilla. This is our control subject. And then I got, it's not for you. Then I got, oh, I'm dropping things. A burrito bowl. So this actually might be a little bit challenging to test now that I'm thinking about it, because where are those little scoops? I have to put the sample in this tiny little scoop, and yet I kind of want a sample of everything in the bowl. So I'll have to think about that. All right, I've gotten myself organized a little bit. Here's what the burrito bowl looks like. Mine has rice. It doesn't have beans in it. I'm trying to remember. Chicken, pico de gallo, cheese, sour cream, obviously. I think the fajita veggies, that's what's in my burrito bowl here. And what I'm gonna do is try and get, I have washed my hands, by the way, and we will wash in between each, not to cross-contaminate. So I need to get a little bit of everything from this bowl into this little scoop. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Okay, so here's my little sample. I've got a little piece of rice, chicken, salsa, cheese, all the things that I could fit in there. And basically I need to put it in this vial here, but I'm going to actually do all three at the same time just because this process actually takes some time. So I'm gonna wash my hands. We'll do the queso next and then the tortilla. Okay, so at least this one's gonna be pretty straightforward. Just gonna grab some of the queso, and I don't think I'm gonna worry about the chips for this, just the queso. All right, for the last one, I'm just gonna break off a little piece of this flour tortilla. So this one should show definite gluten, although there is different levels of gluten, like different, I'll show you guys the test results afterwards. So this should test like high levels of gluten. Just trying to fill it up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Going to wash my hands again. Okay, so now we're gonna open up each of these little vials of liquid. There we go. Number one is the burrito bowl. Tap that in there, hopefully. That one's good to go. Next up is the queso. Okay, so we have all three now: burrito bowl, queso, tortilla. I'm just gonna flip these back and forth for 2 minutes. Okay, so after I inverted them for 2 minutes, I let them sit for 5 minutes, and now we're ready for the next step. So we're gonna start with the burrito bowl. What I'm gonna do is take this pipette, it's like a little science experiment, and I wanna grab some liquid off the top. Ooh, there's a little bit more than just liquid in there. Okay, there we go. Just liquid. And then I'm gonna take this little vial and put 10 drops in. Okay, that one's good to go, and I'm going to repeat the process for the other two. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little test strip out of here and stick it down into the vial. This is the fun part. Okay, so that's gonna sit there now for each of them for 10 minutes, and then we will come back and check the results. So while that sits there for 10 minutes, I'll just remind you what the results can be. So the one over here with the 2 lines at the top, that one is a negative result. So that is what we're hoping for, except for the tortilla. The one beside it with the 3 lines is positive. And then the one beside that is a high positive. So the top and the bottom line. The one beside that with just 1 line is very high positive. So I'm curious where this tortilla is gonna sit in these. Positive, very high, what was it? Positive, high positive, or very high positive? And then the last one here is an invalid result. Okay, the results are ready. So for the first one, the burrito bowl, we have the 2 lines at the top, which means that it's gluten-free, which is awesome. That's what it looks like. Again, I always try and see if I can see like a subtle hint of another line, but I do not, so that is good. And then for the queso, same thing, just the 2 lines at the top, which again, did I say positive for the last one? If I did, I meant negative. Negative for gluten. The burrito bowl is safe, at least this burrito bowl. So is the queso, which is awesome. And now for the tortilla. So we've got 1 line at the top and 1 line at the bottom and nothing in the middle. And that indicates a high positive. So I don't know what it would take to get the very high positive. For like this line would have to disappear for it to be a very high positive. But either way, it's a high positive. So that's good to see. So I think that's about it. I just felt like filming today, and honestly, this is a fun and easy thing to film. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have 2 test strips left. So if there's anything else that you're curious and you want me to test with these gluten-free test strips, let me know. And as always, just because these items prove to be negative for gluten doesn't mean that the next time I order it, there's not a risk of cross-contamination. So use your own discretion, especially if you're celiac like I am, but this was fun nonetheless, and thank you so much for watching.